If you could erase a cubic meter anywhere in the world, how do you cause the most chaos? In order to cause the most chaos, I'd wait until the Pope, arguably one of the most powerful people alive, is giving an important speech of some kind. Then, while a massive chunk of the world is watching, poof, no more head. At this point it doesn't really matter if someone is religious or not. People just saw a man's head vanish, and there's video of it. Everything that anyone believes is pretty much thrown into question. Is there a god? And did they do this? If so, why did they dislike the Pope so much? What exactly is the science behind the man's head being deleted from existence? Matter can't be created or destroyed, so WTF just happened? I can see two likely reactions to this occurrence. People freak out and assume it's the end of days, or the scientific community is thrown into chaos as one of its most basic theories is seemingly thrown out the window. You wouldn't even need a cubic meter, probably. Just erase all the electrons sending information in systems right now. The internet only weighs like 50 grams. Then just use the rest of the cubic meter to steal the electrons from whatever else. Cripple nuclear reactors. Take world leaders and turn all the potassium in their brains to argon. The possibilities are endless. You did say the cubic meter could be anywhere in the world. You didn't say it had to be all in one place. Oh, I know. The largest dam in Iraq is at risk of an imminent collapse that could unleash a 20 meters, 65 feet, wave of water on Mosul, a city of 1.7 meter people, the US has warned. Basically, they decided to build a fucking dam on gypsum for a vanity project, which needs constant maintenance to not fucking collapse. Well, lo and behold, once shit blew up over there, some rebels or whatever got a hold of the dam and maintenance stopped. I think they've gotten it back, but one of the lock gates is stuck shut, and they've got a lot of fixing to do. I propose to remove the cubic meter of the lock gate. I'll bet people would be pretty miffed if I took out pretty much any cubic meter of the International Space Station. Alternatively, scoop out a big hunk of an endangered species. 2 albino elephants left in the world. Now there's 91, and that 91 isn't looking too good. Sorry. Probably the Mona Lisa, and create a bunch of chaos. Then I'd leave hints as to where it is that only lead to dead ends, and create a worldwide treasure hunt. People like Nicolas Cage and his friends would dedicate their whole lives to find the missing painting and become heroes, only to waste their time. Erase a cubic meter. That's really vague. So in order to cause the most chaos, I'm going to take that to mean being able to instantly remove a total volume of 1 cubic meter of matter from anywhere in the world with perfect accuracy. Since this is true, I presumably also know exactly where everything in the world is. The human brainstem, the part of the brain that keeps people's heart beating and lungs breathing, has a volume of less than 200 cubic centimeters, so I should be able to kill at least 5,000 people. Presidents, royalty, CS, us senators, billionaires, celebrities, they would all die. But not all at once, that would be too easy. I would start by killing one person every 15 minutes or so. Of course, for maximum effect I would start with the less important people and work my way up, but it would not be a perfect pattern. I might randomly end up killing someone very unimportant, including 100 or so people from way down the list, like elementary school principals, but I might also suddenly kill someone from much higher up the list, even if I can't get every common citizen to worry about being next. Everybody who makes the really big decisions will be worrying. It would take days for the case of the mysteriously disappearing brains to reach mainstream attention, but then the media would realize that people are mysteriously being assassinated. It would not take long for important people to start hiring bodyguards, but it would be useless. They would still be killed, and their bodyguards with them. There would be no witnesses, and any security cameras would mysteriously stop working before the assassination. It would be trivial to cut wires to the battery, or otherwise disable them. The really well-guarded people, however, would live, so that there would be some desperate hope that it would be possible to evade the attention of the clan of assassins if you were too hard to kill. Over the course of 1 month I would use a little over half of my 1 cubic meter. By now, my potential victims have either made peace with themselves or are so well protected that they believe it impossible for them to die. But then a day after the 1-month anniversary, I would suddenly and simultaneously kill the last of the world's most important people, even the ones I had previously passed over because of their care to protect themselves. The world would hold its breath, waiting for the next murder spree, but it wouldn't come. The world stumbles on, with no real answers, to explain who killed all those people, much less how or why. New politicians would be elected, new seers appointed, and new celebrities would enter the limelight, but to one extent or another, they would all secretly fear the importance of their positions. People would think of the killings less and less, and the wounds would start to heal. The world would move on. Then, 3 years after the first kill, there would be another mass murder of the world's new most important people. At this point, the world would truly be in chaos. But every few years from then on, I would kill the dozen or so people who were popular in the media, or truly trying to improve the world. Claim a specific religion is real, not any of the big three, and claim my god has real powers. Set up in front of some place where a shit ton of people will already be, along with news cameras, and hold a demo of my god's powers. Then just make something mundane disappear, and watch the world collectively flip its shit. Imagine it, Obama is leaving office. He's giving his farewell speech to the nation, with a wrinkled papaya impatiently waiting for him to get out, as he's got a huge pile of work to do. As Obama is closing out his speech, he thanks the nation for electing and re-electing him, and for serving the public for 4 years. There are thousands of people present at the speech, millions watching at home, countless cameras trained on him. He's surrounded by Sasha, Malia, and Michelle. He smiles, closing out his speech with some remarks about the tough road ahead, and that as a nation we will only get stronger. Just as he says thank you, no, I don't mess with Obama. I delete the torso of one of the Secret Service agents. His head and legs topple to the ground, the head falling onto the podium. Absolute pandemonium. Next day, Alex Jones, is Obama taking away the people's torsos? The nation is in chaos. Why would Obama do such a thing? Why would he personally take out a man's torso using nothing but words? Thanks, Obama. How about a cubic meter of the Hubble telescope? Place it right and you can take the whole thing down, or you can blind it by taking out part of the main mirror. The people using it would be like WTF, and many people would leap to the answer of aliens did it, especially if you make it stay up there. It's investigated, and the astronauts sent up report back that a cubic fucking meter of it is just gone. Then you just grab some popcorn. I suggest both serious discussion websites and conspiracy places like the Ike forums. If we are going by the various separate things that add up to a cubic meter rule, I'd remove the control electronics for all the communication satellites in orbit. That would create a lot of chaos, and it would take years to recover. If we are going by 1 meter on a side suddenly becomes vacuum rules, and assuming we decide that assassinations are in rather poor taste, I would claim that I have proof of UFOs, proof of a big government cover-up, proof that aliens are on Earth, etc. I would do this until I get on a live TV show with some sort of credibility. Now here's the part that will really sell it. I will hold up the folder of documents to the host. I will tell him I have kept the location of this secret until now. In this folder is the proof they don't want you to, and at that moment, it will wink out of existence, along with my entire hand. Suddenly blood is spurting out of a stump onto the host. I'm a victim, so I escape suspicion, and now there is proof that aliens exist. They can teleport things. They watch TV. They have a cruel sense of humor. Chaos. By the way, can anyone do the math on whether the appearance of a square meter of vacuum would kill the people nearby? I feel like I've seen this discussed on Reddit before. Does low Earth orbit count as in the word? If so, you could cause a lot of chaos by just taking a piece out of the ice. For one thing, it cost 100 billion euros, so that's down the drain now. Also, things mysteriously vanishing in space in contradiction of all known laws of physics would probably drive everyone bonkers for a long time. Plus we probably wouldn't go to space again for a while. Assuming it is a cubic meter of total space, and not a literal cube, I'd spread out the matter, and make a lot of little things disappear. All of the earpieces and bullets from Trump's security detail at the same time his nose disappears during a rally. All of the translator earbuds during a pivotal UN speech. the roots of the hair follicles of everyone in Congress, so that over the next few hours all their hair falls out. If you want to get really weird, you could remove one finger / eyeball / testicle from a random selection of people who visited a certain place in the last week, i.e. 1 in 20 of the people who ate a chicken marinara at the Quiznos on Main Street. At first there would just be pain and confusion, but after someone figured out the connection, it would raise several unanswerable questions. People would be terrified of that place, despite having no idea how it happened. The Black Stone of Mecca, or Kaaba Stone, located on the Kaaba. 1,3 billion Muslims would lose one of the most, if not the most, important holy religious relic and object of worship, next to the Quran, of Islam. I'd erase Leo's Oscar. As BP has proven, you just need to know the location of a good oil platform. 1 meter is more than enough to open up the well to the sea. I imagine making a missing Russian nuke would cause a bit of chaos. New York, New York. Wall Street, morning rush hour, erase a cubic meter sized disk, as such. 50 micrometers tall, and about 160 meters in diameter at 5 feet above ground level. The gold vault in Fort Knox. 1 cubic meter of 24 karat gold is worth $772,629,740. The live smallpox samples only the USA and Russia have. People would be freaking the fuck out because of how infectious and deadly it is. Not only that, but they are most likely some of the most heavily guarded things in the world. So getting rid of them ought to stir up some chaos. You only specified the volume, and not that it had to be contiguous. Neutron stars can pack 10 carat 17 kg / m carat 3, about the mass of Mars moon Deimos. About half the mass of an atom is neutrons, and if you remove too many, the nucleus undergoes fission. So just remove a few neutrons from every atom on Earth, and the whole thing explodes in a nuclear fireball. The leader of an unstable country could fit into a cubic meter. Erasing him or her could cause much chaos. The ozone layer, long con baby. I'd wait for a UN summit, and try to nail Obama, Putin and Jinping standing close together. I'd erase Kim Jong-un from existence. Any visible part of the Kaaba. You could probably kill a person by removing a cubic centimeter from one of the more vital portions of someone's brain. That'd let you instantly and inexplicably kill 1 million people on Earth. Use this to kill as many world leaders as you can. I'm going to go with every major sporting trophy icon up to the 1 cubic meter limit. That ought to be a fair few. If it has to be a contiguous cubic meter, I'm going to go with Lenin's embalmed corpse for maximum confusion factor. During visiting hours, of course.